Hi, how is everyone? So first off, for those of you that are joining us here live, if you haven't joined us live before, or if you're watching this rebroadcast on YouTube, the first thing I want to do is introduce myself and Dave. I'm Toni. I am a professional quilter. I'm actually known as the Pixel Quilter. I specialize in pixelated quilt patterns. Mostly based on pop culture, video games, comic books, things like that. But I also do a little bit of sewing and I do tutorials. I also live stream, which is what we're doing today with Dave Ihm. So, Dave, tell him who you are.
Okay, my name's David Ihm. If you say it backwards, it's I'm David, so it's easy to remember. I'm the inventor of Rhinestone Genie. So basically, you'll see how it all works. It's real fast and easy. It's pretty amazing, actually. I don't like to pat my back on it, too much, but basically,
It
how I
is amazing,
started
though.
this
Pat your
all.
back.
What's that?
I said it is amazing. You can pat yourself on the back. I love
Okay.
it. Yeah.
But basically, how I started all this was I was been in the sign and graphics business. I've done sign making, embroidery, pretty much you name it. I've pretty much done it. Got into doing rhinestones, and then we actually got into teaching people how I used to do it. So we used to put videos on how to use CorelDRAW, and then we started selling supplies. So I started selling supplies to put vinyl, like heat press vinyl to put on shirts and stuff like that. And then we started selling rhinestones. And like what professionals use, or a lot of people use a silhouette, or brother has one too, a scan and cut machine, where you can actually cut your own stencils. So you can design on a computer, send it to a machine, and cut your own stencils. But the issue with that is it's all together, one piece. You can't break it apart and move it around. Plus, then you have to have the computer, you have to have the machine, the software, and then the hardest part is just learning it. So there's a lot of involved in learning it. So people kept asking me for a simpler, easy way to do it. So that's what I did. I came up with the magnetic templates. So we make the templates for you. So you get rid of the computer, the machine, the learning, all that.
Cool.
And yeah, I'll show you one of the templates here.
That's really. I had no clue. That's how you see. I think all businesses are an evolution, and yeah, that's
So
pretty
there's
cool.
one of the templates here, and I'll show you. They come all on a sheet.
Yep.
Right. So there's a set of flowers. And let me switch to my other camera here first.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, I was going to show them the pumpkin. So he also has a pumpkin template, and it actually peels away. So he does it so you can actually take the templates, see, and separate them. So you can have your pumpkin, and then there's your pumpkin face.
Toni just showed you what I was going to show you. So.
Oh, no, go ahead. No, you do it close up. That's fine. No, you can do it with the flowers. I was showing them the pumpkin.
Doesn't bother me at all.
Sorry. So yeah, so it is. They're amazing templates. Now, the biggest question that I get asked is, do they have to use your rhinestones that you sell with your templates?
I'd love to say 100% yes. Actually, they have to be hot fix rhinestones, and they have to be 3mm to work with our stock template.
Yes.
Okay. There is all kinds of rhinestones out there from Swarovski, which most people understand. Those are very expensive. Those could be like 10-15 cents a rhinestone, depending on how much you buy at a time.
Right.
What we use, and what makes them so expensive, is every facet on the rhinestone is machine cut. So you get really sharp, flashes, really sharp corners, and that's what makes it really shine.
That's really cool.
Okay. So you can use Swarovski hot fix rhinestones if you want, depending on what you're using it for. That's kind of up to you how much you want to spend. But what we use is probably about the highest grade rhinestone that you get out of machine cut. So we use Korean made rhinestones. They're AAA grade professional rhinestones. And they're pressed into a mold. So they're pressed into a mold, the shape of a rhinestone with the flat edges, a lot of facets on them and stuff like that. So you get a lot of glitter out of them. And I can tell the difference because I know rhinestones.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of women who've been using rhinestones can tell the difference. But if you've never seen rhinestones before, you may not even be able to tell the difference.
I can't tell a difference. I mean, look at Bob. I mean, Bob is blinging already, and he's all shiny behind me. So if it shines, it's good, right? So so you can use some others. But if you want to save a little bit of money and have an amazing shine, it's their rhinestones, the Rhinestone Genie. That's what I use for all my stuff. It's amazing. So as we're going through today,
and the fact that we do have a huge sale on rhinestones this weekend.
That's true.
So they're all, and those are already all marked down on the website. They're all 25 to 40% off. So
nice.
Good time to buy rhinestones.
Yeah, no, exactly. So if you're watching this live, guys, there is a huge sale on all the rhinestones going on right now. And there's a sale on everything else. So you get at least 25% off everything in the store, and then up to 40% off the actual rhinestones. Just put in the code QuilToni at checkout. If you're watching the rebroadcast here on YouTube, you always get at least 15% off if you put code QuilToni. All the links are down below.
Say 10%.
Oh, 10%. I'm sorry. Thank you. 10%. Thank you.
Yeah,
no,
so
10%.
the 25% we have set to go through a week from Saturday. So it's like a week and a half almost.
Okay, so the 24th.
A week. So the next Saturday.
Okay. Yeah, so it is.
That's it. Then after that, it goes down to 10%.
Then down to 10%. Okay, so if you're on YouTube, links are down below for anything and everything we're talking about on stream today. And you can always save 10% on everything in stock if there's not an existing sale with code QuilToni. So you've got that in there. For everyone that's live with us or watching before October 24th, 2020, guys, 25% off. Go do it. Go do it. You won't, seriously. So as we're going through, so I was joking with Dave earlier before the stream that we're going to be doing a bling masterclass because you guys are in for a treat. We've set up a really, really cool event today. So first he is going to showcase the general Rhinestone Genie system. He's going to go through a lot of the basics, the things to watch out for, all that other stuff. And then he's going to bling out a face mask. I'm going to bling out a face mask. I'm going to show you how to bling out face masks that you sew yourself. Then we're going to talk about the scrunchies that you can bling out. And then we're going to do some Pixel Bling. I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. Of course, if you're here live with us, I've got the chat up. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free to go through, anything at all. As you're like, wait, what is that? What is this thing? If you want us to show you something again, if you want us to answer a question from either me or Dave, it's fine. It's fine. That's why we have live classes, right? That's why we do this live. So, anything else that you want to add, Dave, before we get started?
No, I'm ready to get...
He's ready to get going.
Okay, let's go. So I'm going to switch cameras. I'm going to switch my tabletop.
Okay, and while you're switching, Minion Mama wants to say thank you for being here. And good morning.
Glad to be here. I love doing these things.
I'm going to switch over to Ooh, I didn't have to do anything.
Okay,
fantastic.
You got my tabletop up and good?
I do. I have your tabletop up. So let's watch.
So here we go. First thing you need 5 things to do this with. So I want to make sure you understand what 5 things you need. So first you need a metal tray. Just a cookie sheet works great. Actually, the cheaper the cookie sheet, the better. You don't want to get one with non-stick coating on stuff because sometimes if it's really good non-stick coating, the magnets will slide around a lot. So just a cheap one. You go to the dollar store and get them. Those work perfect. And then here's what we do. Here's the templates. They'll come in a set. So this is a set of flowers. And all we do is break them out. The best way to do this is I'm going to try to get up close here. It's just kind of crease it at the thing, and you'll see they just pop out real easily. So that's actually the inside of a flower. This is a full flower. And then we'll break out this outside portion. So this is going to go inside of there with a second color.
Oh, cool.
So some of our templates are made for multiple color designs, and some are made for one color, like this one here.
Now
Okay?
I have a question. So
Sure.
on the and I actually don't know this answer. Whenever you've got these listed on your website, does it tell you whenever they are, you can do two different colors in the same set?
Yeah, basically the way we have them listed on the website, I have to change a few. Some of them have the template images, but most of them have like the final design image.
Cool.
So, for example, if you type in snowman, you're going to see two different snowmen. One is one color, it's the same snowman, and then there's one in three color. So it'll show up as white, black, and red. I believe I have it on the website. And then when you click on the image, it'll pull up the item page.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's different images. So what we do is we show you the final image, then we show you the templates, then we show you the final image with like rulers next to it, so you can show the exact size. Like the snowman will come out, I think it's about 5 inches.
Oh, that's
So
really
you'll be able
cool.
to see exact what size what it's going to look like when it's done. You'll see the templates you're going to get, and then you'll see the actual size it is.
See, because I'm
could
going to be
show,
honest. I have only ever played with this stuff, with the pixelating stuff, with what I'm known for, right? Like, I haven't even had a chance to go through and play with everything else on the site. I'm going to have to play with that. That's
yeah.
awesome.
So another question I get, you won't notice it on these, but they can stick on any side, either side. These images, it doesn't matter, but some you'll get like a mirror image to it.
Yes, I actually talked about that too during the applique in Bling, because you have to, when you're doing the applique part, you have to do the mirror image, and then you have to make sure that it's the correct side when you're doing the Bling.
Yeah. So, but they'll stick on either side. When you have the templates, you'll notice one side is a little bit shinier than the other side. That side will stick slightly better,
Mm-hmm.
but it really doesn't matter that much. Okay, so we were at the 5 things you need.
Yes.
We have the tray, the templates. So we'll start with this one by itself. So we're going to do a one color one. Then we need some rhinestones.
I
Okay.
love that big container. That is amazing.
And then we have what we call our sweeping pad. I think Toni uses a little brush.
Yeah, I need to next time I get an order from you, I need to buy one of those, because I have the brush and that pad looks so much better than the brush.
It works a lot better.
Yeah.
And then we have what's called hot fix tape. So this is just a clear sticky tape that's heat resistant, so it won't melt when your iron hits it. And I'm going to show you how to use that. This is reusable. So one of the biggest questions I get is if they can reuse it. So it is reusable. I've used it over 10 times sometimes.
So do I.
Really easy. So I've got to turn my iron on. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is line up your template. And you can do multiple pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this one. It's going to come out one color. This flower is going to come out in 2 colors. So we'll do, see, you can take letters, you can rearrange letters and designs and put them all over the place. So actually, let me see if I can find a few letters.
Well, while he's doing that,
oh,
go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to get a couple letters here. We're just random letters.
It's funny because Dave does a lot of classes now through Zoom and Facebook. So if you follow his Facebook page, he's actually doing every other Wednesday evening. He's doing classes on different things. It's funny because I forgot to warn him. I don't think he's used to my squirreling I'll go off on tangents on things, but he may have been prepared with our chats that we have. I do squirrel sometimes going down little things. Okay, you got the letters? Okay.
Yeah, so I wanted to show you lettering because this is by far the easiest, fastest way to do lettering. If you were to do this on any type of machine, you have to go type in, you have to lay out each letter, design each letter, lay it all out, and make a template. It just, nobody does like shirt names and stuff like that. So all you do is line up the letters like that, and you just line them up next to each other. You can space them out. You can put them anywhere you want. They're going to stay in place. We'll just put them all straight together, and we'll do this little flower with this. All right, so you got your designs laid out. Now you just pile on the rhinestones. So use a lot of rhinestones. The more rhinestones you have, the better. A couple tips when doing this: you always underneath the pad. What's happening is the
Dave,
rhinestones bump and grind against each other.
Wait, Dave, can you say that point again? You cut out just a little bit with the internet.
Okay, you always underneath the pad.
Okay, wait, hold on. It did it again, just as you were getting to the. All right, one more time.
Is it that word or?
I don't know. All we hear is under the pad.
Okay, so you always want to have rhinestones underneath the pad.
There it is. Okay.
Because what's happening, rhinestones are bumping and grinding against each other.
Yeah.
And they knock out the ones that are upside down, and then the shiny side up ones fall in and stay in.
Yeah.
So I tell people, you gotta have the mindset of knocking out the ones that are upside down. Don't worry about aggressive with this.
Yes.
Okay. Because we want to bump the grindstones around enough, hard enough, so the upside down ones fall out.
Right.
It's all based on the way the rhinestones are shaped. They're kind of pointy on top, so if they fall on upside down, they're gonna be and they're flat on the bottom. So when they fall shiny side up, flat side down, they kind of lock in the hole. And you'll see after I get them all in there, it's hard to get them out. Okay, so what I do, the easiest way to do is just take this pile of rhinestones and sweep it back and forth. So like I said, you want to put a little pressure on it. You should be able to feel the rhinestones bumping around each other underneath the pad. And this one moved on us slightly. I might have that one upside down.
What's funny is if you've seen my YouTube videos, you see how much faster and better, well, hopefully because he invented this. It takes me forever to try to do this, but I think if I get one of those pads.
Part of the pad works better.
Yeah, I think I have to get one of those pads. That's awesome.
Okay, so I missed one right here. So I'm just going to grab a pair of tweezers and pop it in with a pair of tweezers.
And for those of you that know me, know that my preferred tweezers are the Famore tweezers. They are the 507s. They're perfectly angled to get in there for perfect rhinestone placement.
Okay, so here's another tip. I don't know if you can see it. Let me show you up close. Maybe you can see it. But the hole is slightly bigger than the rhinestones.
Oh.
Okay, oops.
I've done that. I've done that.
Okay, note to self, don't pick it up.
Yeah, I've totally done that.
Unfortunately, for some reason, it's got a zoom on it, but it won't zoom for me.
No, it's because we're because of what we're doing with Zoom on there, with the live stream.
Yeah, that's the only time I can't get to work. Okay, so again, I missed one.
Now, and think about if you're placing each rhinestone at a time with tweezers, this is a much faster, better process. I mean,
oh yeah,
you see how long that took?
For like a couple hours doing that. So what I was saying is the holes are slightly bigger than the rhinestones. Mm-hmm. Now, it really doesn't matter that much. Where it matters a lot, though, if you're doing straight lines or anything that has straight lines to them, okay? Because one rhinestone might be jammed up against the top of the hole. One might be jammed up against the bottom. And it's not very much, but you can notice it on a straight line. So what I like to do is just sweep everything in the same direction. As you can see, they're not coming out. You don't have to worry about them. So now they're all against the same side of the hole.
Oh.
Now it's all perfectly lined up.
Okay.
That's just a little extra tip. Just grabbing a pair of scissors here. So now I'm going to use my hot fix tape. Now here's a good tip for you too on the hot fix tape. Because you can reuse it, it usually comes in like 8.5 by 11 sheets. Mm-hmm. Because you can reuse it, you want to keep it in larger pieces. So like I cut them in half or I cut them in quarters. Okay. and to keep them that way so you're easy to reuse. If you cut a little small piece out, you'll never use that piece again. Okay, so this is a half a sheet, so I'm going to leave it just like that. All I do is separate this. Just peel this back. We're going to put the white to the side because we're going to lay it back on there when we're done. And we just take our tape, sticky side down, just lay it right down on top of your design.
Now, something that I find at this stage is I find it's hard to get the tape off of there, so I like to keep my thumb under it up the corner.
Yeah, or yep, the corner is a good idea.
Okay, because I wasn't sure if you had a better way.
The rhinestones have a little flat top to them. Okay, so what we're doing is I like to use the pad because the pad kind of conforms to the rhinestone, and it grabs onto it real well. Now there is a trick when you're peeling this up. Okay, now sometimes if you peel straight up, well, it's not doing it, but sometimes smaller magnet pieces will come up if you pick straight up. So what I tell people to do is kind of fold it back and roll it back onto itself, low and slow to the tray. Now when you get near the end, you want to go more straight up so you don't drag the tape into the rhinestones.
Which I've also done. I've dragged it across the rhinestones that are in the tray.
Okay, so now we're just going to temporarily, until we heat it on, we're going to put it right back on the white backer it came on. Now, I mean, if you're doing 10 the same, set them all aside, and now you can just go back and heat them all at the same time.
Okay, Dave, you just blew my mind. I totally didn't even think of that.
So you can store this like this virtually forever. So they can stay stored like this forever.
Wait. You mean I can bling out like my logo and then put them on my website and have people buy pre-blinged logos?
There you go. So
if someone wants to bling their logo and sell them already like ready, oh my God. Like okay. Sorry. I just got more ideas.
Okay, good. Yep. So I'm just going to set this to the side and we're going to do our next one. So we're just going to do, get our tray with the yellow stones back again. Peel these all up.
Now, if you have problems peeling your magnets up, I'm going to show you guys a trick when it gets to the Pixel Bling of how I get them up sometimes because my nails are super long and thick and it's hard for me to get under there.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do this, the outside in yellow, and then we'll come back and do the inside in red. So again, we're going to do the same thing. Just pile on the rhinestones. Sweep it apart. See how aggressive I am with this? Don't be shy with it. You want them bumping and grinding against each other. And there you go. All right, we got 2 more down here.
Everyone in chat is teasing me because my mind was blown already within 30 minutes.
All righty. So now again, we've got them all lined up. I sweep them all the same direction, right? Now this time I'm going to cut a half sheet into a quarter sheet, and that's about as small as I usually go on the high steak. Peel this back real slow. Set that to the side. Just lay it down, sticky side down. Rub it down a little bit. Grab the corner, maybe. Okay, now you.
See, that's why I like to put my finger under there.
Yep.
In order so that I always keep my finger there so it doesn't go all the way onto the metal.
And then peel it back nice and low and slow. Okay. And now we'll put that right back on the backer it came on. And what I do, once I get on the backer, or if you put it on, I like to use the pad and pat it down so they're all laying flat. Some of them might be, like when they're stuck to it, they might be at a slight angle, but this makes sure they're all flat, right? And we can also move them around at this point. So if there's one, say you got an extra one, you can peel this back and just pick one off and replace it, add more to it. If you wanted to add more around the sides.
Or if you're like me, and after you do that, you realize you flipped a piece and didn't fix it, then you turn it the correct way.
So if you wanted to add more around the sides or something like that, you could just take them and add them on there. You gotta grab them upside down and add them on there.
Oh, that's cool.
Also, it's an easy way. If it's just slightly out of place, take your fingernail and move it around. So you can move it around underneath the tape. And we move that one all the way off.
Yeah.
So this is when you want to fix them. Once they're on there.
Are you...
Some red rhinestone.
Wait, hold on. You're doing this differently than I did it. Are you actually going to use the same tape to pick up the inside?
What's that?
Are you going to use the same tape that you did for the outside?
I could. I can show you how to do that.
Well, no, but you're okay. But you're planning on using different tape.
If you don't line it up, if you don't line it up right, I'll show you. I know what you're talking about.
No, it's fine because I use different tapes. I don't use the same tape. Like I use different tapes because I'm very, very particular about lining it up perfectly on my project.
Okay, so now what we do is from red, we'll do the inside in red. Okay, sweep all the excess to the side. And then you sweep them all the same direction. Now here's how you do that, Toni, what you're talking about. I'm not going to actually do it, but I'm going to give you the idea. So we're going to take our yellow piece, right? And you can do this and line and then lay it down flat.
That's cool.
Okay, and then put it together that way. But if you don't then you're going to have to get all the rhinestones back off and do them all over again.
Right.
So for most people, the best way is to use another piece of tape.
That's what I do.
Lay that down. And then roll it back. Okay, so now So now we have the two different pieces for the flower.
Nice.
And we have this flower and letters together. And if we didn't want those together, you were just making it easier to do them. Just flip off that, put that to the side. And now we've got this flower and the other two.
See, Dave kept telling me, you can just cut things apart and move them around after you put the bling on there, right? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, you know how hard that is to cut just the tape?
It cuts much better when you got the backer on it.
It didn't even dawn on me to do it that way. Yeah. Yep. See, I'm learning a bunch of things.
All right, so.
Ooh, is that a wool pressing pad?
Yeah.
Those things are the best.
I like these because I like to just do it on a tabletop.
Yep.
Yeah,
and that's so we actually had a question on wool pressing pads yesterday. For Bling, they're amazing because you don't have to have a ironing board, and it gets the heat underneath as well as on top, so it really gets it in there for the Bling.
Yeah. So then, what I like to use are Teflon pressing sheets. So for anybody that doesn't know what these are like a fabric coated in Teflon. Nothing sticks to it. The rhinestones won't even stick to it. So that's why I like to use this, right? And then I'm just using So I'm just going to use a piece of felt All right, but it'll pretty much go on anything. If you can heat it up, it'll stick to it. So if you're questioning on it, you can test it in a small area, put an iron to something. If, like you said, pretty much if you can heat it up, you can put it on. So you can do this a couple ways. Say, for example, I wanted these two right close together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If I try to heat them down at the same time, you know, if I put this down and then I put this one on top of it, the rhinestones are going to stick to this tape. Okay. So if you want to, you know, if you want to save some tape, heat this one down and come back with this one.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't mind using up a bit of tape, we can cut this around your design. And same with this one. And then we'll be able to heat them both at the same time. You can heat them at several times, it doesn't matter. 1 time, 5 times, 10 times, it doesn't matter. What's on the glue on the back of these is the acrylic based glue. And it's really super strong. And basically when you heat it, it melts. When it cools, it grabs.
Mm-hmm. So yes, everything is washable with Rhinestone Genie. I actually, with all of his rhinestones, I like to rhinestone out my shirts and wash them on a regular basis. I even take my nails and I try to pull them off to test them. They're perfect. They're great.
Okay, so now I like to also put, this is just for extra protection, especially me. I tend to leave the iron on and walk away and come back, you know, 5 minutes later.
Oh, Dave.
So I'm going to lay that on top there. What's that?
I'm just laughing at you that you leave the iron on there and you walk away.
Oh, well, a lot of times, we used to make these little gift bags at the shows we used to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you're busy, you got one, you stick one down, you're heating it up, you're talking to a customer, you forget about it, and you come back. And so basically, if you're using an iron, you're going to set it at wool setting for 45 seconds. Okay. And when I do this, I'm going to show you what you're looking for in results. Okay. So what I'm using though is I'm using a Cricut press.
Ooh.
So I'm going to stick it on there.
I don't.
Or at 350 for 35 seconds.
What
so these Cricut press is like a mini heat press. So it's cool because it's got your exact temperature. So it's real easy.
That's cool. So I guess the question I was going to ask, can you use a heat press? I guess the answer is yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
I do have a lot of professional customers that do this. So they have heat presses and all kinds of stuff.
That's really cool.
So we just wait till it counts down to 0. Lift it up, put it to the side. Now what you're looking for, it should be pretty hot to the touch. Okay, but if you notice, you'll see it's a little bit wrinkly. The tape is a little bit wrinkly. That shows me I've heated it hot enough and long enough. Okay, and then you'll wait about 15-20 seconds.
I like to say until it's cool to the touch, just to make sure.
What's that?
I like to tell people when it's cool to the touch, just to make sure.
Peel back. I peel back real slow. Occasionally, you'll miss a rhinestone. You know, you'll put it on and you'll just miss it because your design is bigger. So peel back real slow. Make sure everything's stuck.
That's cool.
Okay, so now we're going to put our second one, our second color right there. So we just line it up. See if you misalign it, you just pick back up. And you go again and do the same thing. You notice I'm not moving this around like a lot of people. A lot of people have this habit of trying to move it around and stuff. So what's happening is you're heating a rhinestone for a few seconds, then you're going off it, you're coming back, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
So
and
you
plus
just
you can
want to
shift.
press it for 45 seconds.
Right, and plus when you're going back and forth, you can shift the rhinestones if you're not careful.
Yeah, because what's happening is the glue is actually liquefying.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes the rhinestones will move on you because now they're on like a slippery surface.
Yep.
So again, let that cool for just a little bit. And just slowly peel back.
That is so cool.
Now I just take my white backer that I had this and lay that right back on your white backer.
And reuse it.
And you can use that again.
Yeah.
And what kind of fabric you're going on, you know, how much lint it picks up,
Mm-hmm.
how well you keep them clean, that kind of stuff. But you can use that over several times. So that's your basics, okay?
All right. Any questions while he's getting the stuff for the next one? Any questions on the basics?
And yeah, the most common question I get, is it washable? And it's totally washable. I've had stuff like my apron for several years. I'll put it back on. I'm going to switch camera back.
Yeah, and whenever we can do shows again, when we can do conventions, if you can ever see Rhinestone, if you ever see Dave at a show, it is super cool. Like that apron he's got is super cool live.
So I'll show you this up close.
That's cool.
And like this apron, several years old. My wife puts it on all kinds of stuff. Awesome for doing Halloween costumes. Or cosplay or whatever.
Or an Elton John Dodgers cosplay.
Yeah, so pretty much the basics. Do you have any questions there, Toni? Because I'll move into doing a little more different stuff.
No, I don't see any questions in chat, and I mean, you know me, I squirrel. I'm going to interrupt and ask questions as you're doing it.
Yeah, I don't usually get a lot of questions because I just guess I'm good at explaining it.
No, it's such an easy process to figure, you know, once you see it, it's like, oh, yeah, well, that's how it is.
Okay,
that's really cool.
What we're gonna do next is we're gonna make a face mask. Oh, I gotta move it back here.
Yeah.
Switch back.
No, that's fine. Well, no, you're not gonna make the face mask. You're gonna bling out an existing face mask, right?
Yeah, we're gonna bling out an existing face mask. Okay, so.
Okay.
I have these on the website, so you can buy the face mask. What I love about these ones is they lay flat.
Yeah.
They're made out of like a lycra material, so they're a little stretchy. But they're awesome. They lay flat. They're real easy to work on with rhinestones and that kind of stuff. And I actually like wearing these. These are some of my favorite ones to work on. I get one of those nose pinch clips and put it on the backside.
Yep.
And they work really well. So if you want to get them off our website, you can do that.
And you also do have a kit that doesn't include the face mask, but has everything else that you need to bling out the face mask. And if you want one of those, you can pick them up.
It's made to do this design here with the dots.
Right.
But as you can put flowers on them, you can put letters on them, you can put anything you want on them.
That's really cool.
We're going to do that. So here's a blank one. But first, I got to show you how to do this. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut out a piece of hot fix tape the exact size of the mask.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got the mask under here. This one's really easy to work with because it's got like a hem, so I can just run it. I'm going to take my pen here. Whoops.
Yeah, see, and it doesn't have to be perfect as long as you know the general area.
Okay, so there's my design. Now I'm going to take that and cut it out. Okay. I'm going to set this to the side. Okay, now we're going to use our dot pattern here. So this is under patterns. So if you go under patterns, there's a category called pattern. There's patterns, and they come in 3 different sizes. Now, last time I did this, I didn't tell everybody this is the medium size. Okay,
yeah.
Because everybody went online and they ordered the small size. Toni has a large one, 8.5 by 11. This is half of that. So whatever,
this
5.5 by 8.5.
This is the medium for the size. This is the super tiny, all sorts of bling. This is the
on the
space
one
bling.
on Toni's left hand is it's a lot more denser. So they come in different densities where the dots where the rhinestones are going to be closer together. We also have like swirls, stars, wave patterns, all kinds of different patterns to work with. But so what we're doing, we're just using our dot pattern. This is just called pattern dot. And again, we're going to pour on the rhinestones. And just take this pile, sweep that pile back and forth. And like I said, always keep rhinestones underneath. You want the rhinestones grinding against each other. And there we go. So we got them all filled in. I did miss one here in the corner, but that's not going to matter.
Well, yeah, because
we're not going to pick that one up.
Yep.
So now we're going to take our hot fix tape that we cut the shape, peel this back. And we just kind of lay it down on top of your rhinestones.
That's cool.
Okay, there we go. Again, you peel it back low and slow. And now you just pull them back, all the rhinestones, and you'll see.
Cool.
But you just pulled up the rhinestones we needed. I'm going to lay this back onto my backer for just a moment. Oh, I had one flip over, so you'll see me fix one here.
Fantastic. I feel like a human again. No, because I always tend to flip at least one that I don't catch.
And you'll see it's shiny side up, the rest are gray side. So we're just going to grab this one. And then we're going to lay it blue side up to match the rest of them.
That's cool.
And now we've got our face mask. And I like to preheat everything. That gets any moisture out of the fabric. You don't have to do it very long, 10, 15 seconds. Mm-hmm. It gets any wrinkles out so everything lays flat. And now, you'll see this fits perfectly. On your mask. So a lot of people have templates or patterns that they go by to cut out their mask. So a lot of people will do it straight right on the fabric before they sew it too. So you can use the same technique. Just use the same pattern. Just use the same pattern to cut your tape out. It'll match it perfectly. You want to leave a little. You're gonna want to leave a little extra room so you can sew it on the edges. But it'll work the same on just plain fabric, and then you can sew it up after you've got it. The rhinestones on it.
Fantastic. Yeah, and then I'm actually going to show you 2 other ways of face masks. So I'll show you the traditional 5-minute face mask if you want to bling that out before you sew it. That's cool.
Okay, so now I'm just going to take. I think it's just perfectly large enough here. Just made it. So we'll heat it down 1 shot. Now, if this was too big, I would just pick it up after the time is over and move it over and heat them down again. Like I said, even if you're heating some of them 2 or 3 times, it doesn't matter.
I think I have to get a heat press. That's awesome.
Yeah, this is a small one. They come in like a little bit large.
See, and I've been looking at the standing large heat presses, but I'm like I couldn't because it's so big. I didn't even realize they make portable heat presses.
Oh yeah, this is perfect. I take these to shows and stuff like that because it's so small.
That's
awesome. I wouldn't want to haul a heat press to a show. Okay, so peel back nice and slow. Perfect.
Fantastic.
Now, if you're doing a bunch of these face masks, just take this, put it right back on the backer, and use it for the next one.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, so now here's a way too. What I like to do too is make sure they're on there really good. I'm going to heat it from the back side for like another 15 seconds or so. So now you're heating kind of from the glue side. There's another tip. Always remember, if you do, this is a one-sided item, so it's not much of a concern, but if you're doing a two, what I do is I'll take cardboard and stick it inside like a shirt. So you want to stick like a cardboard inside the shirt. I'll also stick one of these Teflon sheets on top of it inside the shirt. 2 reasons for it, okay? First of all, if it's thin material, the glue will go right through and stick the front to the back. And secondly, by having a, or like one of these wool pressing pads works great too. You don't get the impression of the rhinestones on the back of the shirt. That washes all out, but you know, just to make it look good when you're finished with it.
Yeah.
So there you go. And we'll show you up close.
That is fantastic. Look at all that bling.
Okay. So any questions?
Yeah, any questions for that before I show you the next 2 face mask stuff? Any question? See, everyone's just like they're
well, I've done it a lot, so I kind of know the questions in advance. So I try to answer them as I go. Because same question. I mean, when you've done this, I don't know how many, you know, probably at least 100 shows, and seeing, you know, 1,000 people or whatever. Yeah. You've heard pretty much every question.
Well, and like I said, if you ever get a chance to see Dave live at a show, it is very entertaining. It is an event just to sit and watch him work. It's very cool.
You want me to show, like I can show like the face mask special, what comes in it.
Yeah, go ahead and show that. That way people know if they want to buy the kit.
Okay, cool. So this is our homepage. And the easiest way to find Toni's specials and stuff like that, so we'll put a bunch of kits and the recommended items. You scroll down on the left-hand side, at very bottom left, you'll see her little logo there. Click on that. And we set up a page just for her. See this, when you click on this, save 25%, that'll actually activate your code for you. And when you get in your shopping cart, you'll see your code already entered in. But if that doesn't work, just type in Toni and you'll get 25% off for a week. After that, it's 10%. That code can also be used, like if you get emails from me and you get, you know, a 10% discount off of templates or something like that. lot of times we'll put our new templates on sale for like 20% off. You can use both codes. So you'll be able to use like the 10% off code and Toni's code together.
Oh, it's awesome.
So extra bonuses there. This is our advertising. Okay, these are some of Toni's videos. Toni's been working on some bling videos. Okay, so here are our kits. So here's the face mask kit here. So I'll click on this. Okay, so this is just a sample. The face masks are sold separately, but you get 1,440 rhinestones, which is 10 grows of clear. You get the 8.5 by 5.5 dots template. You get the sweeping pad, and you get 3 sheets of hot fix tape. And I can't remember how much it is. $31.80 normally, but you're gonna get 25% off of that price.
Yep.
So whatever that comes to.
Yeah.
$22 or something like that.
Yeah. And the 25% off, remember, is just for a week now. So if you're watching live, it is it's good for just a week.
Okay. So that's the, and then here's the, Toni's gonna get into the Pixel Bling.
Yep.
But you get you get an 8.5 by 11. These are 1.5 inch squares, and these are 1 inch squares here. You get the rhinestones again. This time you get 25 grows, so you get 3,600 rhinestones, 6 sheets of tape, and the sweeping pad. So you're getting quite a bit more there. Again, the prices are there, and you're going to get 25% off all those. This is our main starter kit. So this is our normal starter kit. It comes with all these letter templates, all these shapes. It comes with 10 gross of rhinestones, the sweeping pad, and then 3 sheets of hot fix tape. And that's normally $29.95, which if you add everything up together, it's over $40. That's a good deal. And then you get 25% off of that. And the last one I'll show you is Toni's going to do a scrunchie demo. So with this one, you get 3 different designs for the scrunchies. You get 1,440 rhinestones, hot fix tape, and a sweeping pad. And that one's only $39.30 minus 25%, so probably about $30. So that's it. Oh, I do want to show you one of the templates. So let's go to the pattern template so you kind of get an idea what I'm talking about here. Oh, let's actually go to Snowman. So if you're looking for anything, we can just type it in here. So here's a different snowman.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you see we got them in one color here, the same snowman. Here's a one color template. That one's smaller because I only need one template, so that one's $6.95. This one comes in 3 colors, so you can see the final design. Click on that, and now you see it finished, but if you click on the image and you hit the arrow, that shows all the templates for it. And there's your final size, so he's 5 inches tall. So you can see exactly how big he is.
That's cool.
Okay?
Perfect. Okay. All right, so this is the face mask that Jordan picked up. It is just a regular face mask that she got at the store that has the pocket in here. Now, this would also be good, what I'm going to show you is also good for face masks that are using the Martelli template. So the ones that form fit more to your face and that have that curve on it. Now, you may think, oh, well, I can't bling that because it's got a curve, it's going to be hard. But you can. So I'm going to be using this template, which Dave has on the site. Look at that. Isn't that cute? So the first thing you want to do is, can you use this template with this face mask? So you want to take the face mask and put the curve inside out, just like that. And then just like Dave did, iron it first. Make sure it's got a nice flat surface. And then take your design and then lay it out in there. So take it and spread it out, and it looks like it's all covered with red. Now, I actually did this ahead of time to see that, oh, yes, no, this one is going to fit.
Just use the, don't use the eyes and the, you know what I'm saying? Just use the nose and the whiskers.
Oh, so he wants me to just use that part. I like that. Okay, we're going to use just this part. We're not going to use the eyes. So this is how I do it to make it easy. Go ahead.
You can do it. I think you're going to tape it off. That's one way to do it.
Yep. But I like to tape it off.
You can just cut the.
See, I don't like to cut my tape just because I bling so much. I do it over and over and over. So I'm not going to tape off the whole thing. I'm going to tape off just that part of it. All right, so I'm going to use this. Let me move that over. All right, I've got that right there. And I want black rhinestones. I'm going to use a different color. Let's do some blacks. You like that, Minion Mama? I thought you would love that. Is the cutest template, and I love it. All right. Now, remember I said I've got the brush versus the sweeping pad. I'm going to have to get a sweeping pad. All right, so... Uh-oh. Did I... Oh, I'm missing two over here. Oh, I think I got it. Oh, nope. I pulled them out. Because, see, with the brush, sometimes it's easy to pull them out after you've got them in there. I think I'm good. Let me get my tweezers. And tweezers. Uh-oh, I put my tweezers someplace different. Oh, there they are. Because I was showing them to you. Okay, so these get caught in the tape. So I'm going to push those over. Move those away. There's only a single one. There we go. And that's it. All right, so let me pull all this away. And that, there we go. All right, so for the tape, I'm a little crazy because I have been doing a lot of bling lately. I have one of those. So if you do a lot of bling, Dave actually does sell this big whole roll on his website. It is great. So let me cut off. I'm going to make sure I'm going to cut a large enough piece.
While I'm thinking about it, Toni, I did this morning, because I know you have a lot of Canadian customers.
Yes.
I went in and put some flat rate shipping for Canadian customers.
Oh, fantastic. That's a great idea.
Easy. Everything's, I went on to, you know, we use stamps.com to ship a lot of stuff out, either UPS or by US. So I figured it out, and we did a flat rate of like $15.
Oh, that's awesome. That is great news.
Which is going to be lower than 90% of orders.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, so you hear that? So everyone that's in Canada, there is now a better shipping option with a flat rate that we now have. All right, so I'm going to do this.
Yeah, I went in and tested this morning, and everything was coming out like $40 to ship. And
yes.
It was all going priority mail. There wasn't no regular mail option.
There we are, and just like he said, low and then up. Now you notice as I was bringing it up, it was grabbing onto this tape as I was pulling. All I did was I pushed the tape down and I held it. Okay, I've never done this. Let's do Dave's thing of putting it back. Do I have one? Oh, I have one that I shifted. All right, where's my tweezers? I have one that I flipped and shifted. See, I always try to flip it right here on the actual tape instead of just getting it off. Oh, there we go. There it is. And let's move that right there. Perfect. All right, so, and then I'm going to lay it on here. Oh, I thought I missed one. I have missing one right there.
No, that's part of the design. That's the way it's made.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, that's so cute. Okay, well, I'm not missing one. But if I wanted to put one in there, I could. So there it is. And so I've got, oh my gosh, this is so much easier to move this, putting this on the backing. Man. All right, so I've got that. Now, here's the trick. Here's the thing with masks like this that are already made on the curve. what you want to do, like I said, is pop them in this way. Oh, here, hold on. Let me make sure that these are nice and flat and ready to
Toni,
go.
can I show you something else?
Sure.
How to do that?
Sure.
Do you have one of these sweeping pads? You don't have one of these
No,
sweeping
I don't.
pads.
No, I only have the
Okay.
brushes.
Can you switch over to me for a second?
Sure. Well, actually, they can see you in the bottom left.
Okay, let me switch my camera then.
Okay.
Okay, so if you notice, this is a different mask.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a little bit of a curve to it, and it doesn't lay totally flat. So what I do is I take that sweeping pad, it comes in use again here, and you kind of wrap it around it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. And now that gives you like a flatter surface to go on.
That would probably work too with this one. That's a good idea.
So it's going to depend on your mask, but there's another technique for you that helps.
Awesome. See, the way that I've been doing it is I've been pushing it in just like this, and then taking my design, and I start in the center. So I'll actually pull this out and line this up in the center. Getting that, and it's a little tricky. So let me do this. There we go. And then popping it back inside out. And laying it down. And then this side, laying it down just like that. So the trick is, have you ever put one of those covers on a cell phone where you kind of have to start at the side and then work your way? That's what I did. So I laid it down and I centered it up, and then I started here and I kind of worked my way down and then flipped it to the other side and worked my way down here. And then that way it's a curved surface, and then you can see it's going to look just like that. So if I've got let's iron this. Now when I iron it, I'm going to do this. So I'm going to iron one side at a time. Now at this point, once you've got it here, if you want, you can even flip it around and do one side at a time. Now, and if you do it this way, remember, put the heating pad in the center and then here. This is another way that I've done it too. So you can do it one side at a time, or flip it the other way and then iron it like this. But it's the curve of it is the issue.
I like that idea.
Yeah. So there's two
I'm
ways.
I'm worried about the ones right on the center though.
You'll see. I've done this. I actually played with it. All right. So there's that side. And now while that is cooling, I am just going to flip it over and do this side. We like different things with our face masks. And so everyone's finding a different style of mask they like, or a different texture. I know people that have really bad asthma, you probably don't want to put the bling right where your nose is, but just underneath is always good, or around it. So things like that, it's always good to be able to bling the different styles of face masks. Okay, so now I did both sides. Now, Dave said he was concerned about the ones that are right here. So I'm going to flip this. And do the ones right in the center. So each side, and then flip, and then into the center. And then we just gotta wait for it to cool, and I'll show you what it looks like. I'm excited for this one now. It's gonna look like I'm a cat. And by the way, yes, these are kids' sizes because I'm small. And I apparently wear kids' face masks. Alright, so now I'm going to wait until it's cool to the touch. So while I'm waiting for that to cool, I'm going to show you the next one. So this face mask Where is my sample? There it is. So this is the face mask that I normally wear. It is the face mask that I made in my 5-minute quick face masks. It really just takes 5 minutes to make this. There is a link that's going to pop up in chat, or there's a link down below if you want to see all the steps to make this. Now, the issue with this is because you have all these folds and all of this sewing, it's going to be harder to bling this out. I mean, you can, again, pop this open, but if you're making this from scratch, just bling it before you do it. So how you do that is we want to make sure we block off the space we're not going to use. So this is the size of face mask that I use. All of the sizes, depending upon how big your face is all in that video, the 5-minute face mask. So what I want to do is make sure that we don't get any bling over here. We don't get any bling over here into our actual sewing. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to mark off 1 inch. So I'm just going to mark off a single inch there and there and there and then there. Now this is going to be the size that I can use. So right there you can see I've got that size. So now exactly what Dave was just showing with the other face mask, I can then take my my transfer tape and I'm going to cut it the exact same size as this right here. So it looks like I've got the length already done. Fantastic. All right, so I'm actually going to cut it just a little bit on the inside just to play it safe and then trim it up that way. So now, just like what Dave showed us at the beginning, I'm going to take this design, I'm going to put it on the bling, whether I want the little bit of bling or the lot of bling, and I'm going to lay it out. I'm going to take this, lift it up, put it onto here, and iron it. And then whenever it's cool, my face mask is going to be ready to go to do the other steps for the super quick 5-minute face masks.
Is that enough room for you to sew it to?
It is. It's definitely enough room. So the 1 inch is definitely enough room, not only for me to sew
okay,
and
so
flip.
you're not cutting the fabric to that line or anything?
No. This line right here is our design area.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, so what we do is we cut off our one. Now, and I use chalk. So I actually used a chalk pencil, the Fons and Porter chalk pencil, so it's going to immediately wipe away. So I don't have to wash this. If I just take it and rub it, it's gone. So it is, because it's chalk on there, so it's not going to be permanent. But that is just so I know how big my design is, that I can put my bling. And then we can do the technique that you showed us already of putting that right down there, and then doing all the quick 5 minutes. So at this point, I know, Dave, you don't sew, so I'll do it really quickly. What you do is you do right side to right side, and you sew all the way around here. You flip it inside out. So now this is the front, and then you iron it, sew all the way around, and then you fold, and that is what gives you this. And then you iron those sides. And then depending on if you want the loops for the ears or if you want ties, you add that in. So I went really fast, but the slower version, of course, is on the video that I created on how to make the super fast face masks. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll make sure that I have the link down below as well. But I am super excited to have some blinged out ones. It's going to be really cool. Okay, that's cool to the touch. So let's pull this one out. There it is. All right, I'm going to take this, straighten it out because it's a little wonky because we were doing it on the curve, and I can still reuse that one. All right, so there.
Nice.
See, and it's on the curve, and it's perfectly fine. So it doesn't matter if you have a face mask already. You're able to put any shapes. You're able to use any of the Rhinestone Genie stuff that's on these face masks, and it's nice and good. All right, you guys ready to make some scrunchies? I'm super excited for this. I love scrunchies, especially because in the scrunchie video that I made, I used white thread, and so because I used white thread, you can see it. Now, it's great for the tutorial video, but I can't really use these scrunchies unless I kind of hide that white thread a bit. So I am super excited that I'm going to make a blinged scrunchie that I can actually wear. All right, so we've got our fabric. Now, this is a 3-inch fabric. Now, in the video that's linked down below here on Facebook or for the live event that's now in chat, this is a 3-inch strip. I need a 22-inch by 3-inch strip. Okay, so I'm going to cut this 22 inches. Now, mine is folded together because this is a 42-inch strip or 44-inch strip. So if I cut this, it'll give me just, oops. I apparently have to do this because, there we are. All right. Because this fabric is a little shorter than 44, although a lot of quilting cottons will be 44 inches, so you can get 2 scrunchies out of it. So let's do the scrunchie. Now remember, he does have a scrunchie kit. So there's a full scrunchie kit of all of the designs that I'm going to show you. All right, so we've got that. So there is our 22-inch strip. And then we're going to pick our scrunchie design. So the one that I did on the video was this one. Was a full blinged out the entire thing. So, and it looks like this. So this is a full blinged out scrunchie with the whole thing. So today I'm going to do, we also have flowers, which are super cute. And all 3 come in the set. So today I'm going to show you the wavy one. So now the wavy one is just like that. Now you notice how there's 2 lines? That's because there's 2 sides to your scrunchie. So you're going to have a line on each side. So no matter which side of the scrunchie you see, you have that bling on there. Okay? So the very first thing that I want to do is I want to bling this. So let me grab my template again. And I'm going to pull this away. Now, I'm going to show you a trick for getting all this bling back into the bag, because I don't have really nice big jars like Dave does. I only have these little tiny baggies that they come in. So what I do, because I'm going to change colors, because we don't want black on black, I'm going to get it to the corner, and then I'm going to kind of, there we go, and get it back in there just like that. Okay. So now, let's get that there. And where is my super bling? So these are the AB crystals that he has on the website. They're a little bit shinier and blingier than the regular white ones. Okay, let me get all of it in there. All right, now we're going to do this 2 times. Okay, so we're going to do the exact same thing 2 times. So let's get this in here. There we go. Yep, 1 more, and I'm good for my first one. There we are. Perfect. Okay, so let me get my... No, I guess I already did. Okay, so this... Now, the nice thing I like about the roll is it's not... There we are. If you actually look at the sheets versus... Oh, no, those are my fabric scissors. I don't want to use that one. If you look at the cost of the sheets versus... If you're going to bling, just get the roll. Seriously, it is so worth it.
I did find a box.
Yep. Oh, you found the box?
I found one. I'm kind of digging through it, see what's in it. So I keep rotating different designs.
See, and
Yes,
how
yes. What's that?
I said, well, and how I know Dave is we met at the convention scene. So Dave also does conventions. And it's funny because we were chatting a few months ago that it's so weird. Life is weird without conventions. And so I'm sure that's what he's going through right now. It's like, oh, wait, where's all my convention stuff with all the displays things? Oops, I got one flipped right there. So what I'm going to do, and this is how I deal with flipped ones. When I see them, I'm going to lift this whole thing up. And then when I get to it, I like to do it this way. Take it off. And then put it in the hole. Because that way, because I am not the greatest at spacing, making sure the spacing is correct. And then when I lay them down, then I'm going to pick that one up. And there it is. And then up. So I don't pick up any others. And set that aside. Let's take this. Now, for those of you that are just joining us live, we did go through a couple of things, but this event we are going to have up on YouTube. So if you've missed any of the previous things that we have done, feel free to take a look at it. I'm going to have it up on YouTube on Monday, so you can go back and watch some of the previous things, because Dave showed us some of the best practices, some of the really cool things. All right, there we go. And then I'm going to make sure it's on there. All right, and let's bring my iron over. And now, the biggest thing with the scrunchies, now remember, I do have a video on this. So if you want to see, wait, everyone's saying that's nice. Oh, the wine diva. Is that what you guys like? The chat is all like, wait, that's an amazing thing. It's, okay, yeah. Now, the thing that you want to do with this is you want to fold it in half and then finger press, because we want to see where the half mark is. Now, if you want to see all this up close, I do have a video, the tutorial. Oh, they were in this together? Oh, you had a We're in this together shirt? That's awesome. And then I'm going to lay this in the very center. So I'm going to center this as much as possible. And I'm going to take this one on the left and I'm going to put it right up against that center thing. Just like that. Oh, that's so... And there's a coronavirus bling! Oh my god. Oh my god. Dave, do you have that on your site? Can I buy that? The coronavirus?
Oh, yeah.
It's listed on your site? We can get it?
You want to put that one on a mask?
Oh my gosh, yes! Yes! That is amazing! Okay, so I ironed this just a touch, just to make sure it was held in place. Now, with the scrunchies, this is important because you have to have enough space on the bottom and the side for all of your seams. So Dave and I actually looked at everything and figured out the exact math so that it's not going to interfere with your seams. And of course, it sticks to that, and I messed the whole thing up. There we are. Let me reposition this. There you are. Okay. And then this one. And I don't have a fancy ironing press, so I'm going to do this one. Yeah, I think we need that. I think that's amazing. I haven't seen it yet. Is that under the Bling designs?
That's probably under miscellaneous or variety, but if you just type in like coronavirus or
will you do me a favor?
Check. I'll tell you where it's at. Let me look here while you guys are doing
that. Will you all put the link to that on my affiliate page as something I recommend?
Okay, I'll add it to it while we're doing this. It's on under variety.
And then that way people can just go right to my page and go, yes, that thing right there. I want that thing.
Okay,
that is awesome.
I can add it right now. It'll take me a few minutes.
And I thought I went through and I saw everything. That is absolutely amazing. I love it.
Well, we're coming out with new stuff all the time.
Oh, yeah. That is so cool. All right, I think I've got it down there. So I'm going to take this whole thing and I'm going to set it aside. So I'm going to take off my top sheet because it's going to cool, right? Because I don't like removing the transfer tape until it's nice and cool. So I'm just going to pick the whole thing up and set it aside because I have another half of my scrunchie to do. So let's take this whole thing and bring it back over. See, now all I'm thinking about, since I saw Dave's jars of bling, is I'm like, now I have to get all those fancy type jars that people put in their kitchens, and I have to put bling in them, and then I have to like line it up somewhere. Like, how cool would that be in the back of my studio?
Like a little spice rack would work great.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. That would be awesome. A spice rack of bling. All right, so let's bring everything away. Oh yeah, but that wine one too. Yeah, no, I love that one. I absolutely love that one. That is fantastic. So now I'm gonna shift this up here. We're not gonna hit it because we're gonna move this back over here. And this is how I bling normally. I bling in stages. All right, it's cool to the touch. So there is half. So I'm now going to take this and put it right onto here. Oops. Dave, look what I did.
I'm not watching right now. Hang on a second. You make it there.
Oh, that's
There I go.
All right, shift everything down. All right. Let's see. Did I?
Okay, show me.
I
was busy adding stuff to your page.
Oh no!
No, you messed that one up.
I did. Look! I got bling all over it. I got the
What'd
bling.
you do? Move the tray?
I did. I moved the tray. Hold. Oh, hold on! It's salvageable. It is salvageable. I think all I have to do is put a single bling right there, and then I can just take all this, and I can pull all my bling off of the edges, because it's only the edges that it's on. All right. Let's get all of this off. See, and this is, I mess up a lot. That's okay. All right, let's get this off of there. And let's get those off. Now, I could theoretically, because this stuff right here is, yes, exactly. Note to self, don't move tray. The stuff on the edges is not going to get ironed on into my design, so it actually wouldn't be a big deal, but it would get ironed on onto the onto the Teflon sheet. So the problem with that is I could activate the glue and cause an issue with the glue, because you can only heat and move the rhinestone so many times before it doesn't like you anymore. So this way, I make sure that these rhinestones are going to be good for the future. Ask me how I know. I may have tried to just go ahead and be like, it's fine, and discovered that no, it's not fine. All right, almost. There we go. Almost.
All right, Toni, so I'm adding items to your page as you talk. So I got the coronavirus up there, the cat face. Wine Diva, I thought I'd put up. I'll get that one up. I've got your...
All right, where am I? Oh, there's my tweezers. Let me lay all these down. Perfect. So it looks like, hey, it looks like it's salvageable. I'm only missing one rhinestone. So I'm going to pick the rhinestone up upside down, and I'm going to lay it down in place. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so let's do his technique of, I'm going to take my transfer tape backing. I'm going to put it on there and then smooth it out to make sure that these rhinestones are nice and flat. Beautiful. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to turn it to the other side and pull this up and then lay it down. And as you see, the way that he did the design, you can see it right there. You see how that perfectly lines up. So it just continues on with the design. All right, so let's iron this. And then that is how you do your blinging. Oh no, it's yes. As a chat had said, apparently Dave's done that before because he knew exactly how it happened just by looking at the screen of the aftermath.
Oh, I've done every mistake possible.
Remember, everyone, exactly what I say all the time. It doesn't matter how long you have done something. Everyone makes mistakes. You can be doing this for 20, 30 years. It just means you know what you're doing, but you can still make a mistake.
I mean, if Toni can do this, anybody can.
See, he knows me. He knows me. It's true. If I can do it, then anyone can do it. Oh my gosh, look at the lips for the kiss the cook.
Yeah, you could put that other places too.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh my gosh. Imagine putting the lips on the back of your jeans. That would be, you could bling out some lips on the back of, like kiss. Yeah, yep.
Well, I'm going to put another special on your page. We have these, I give out like these 1 cent rhinestone templates every once in a while.
1 cent
And
rhinestone
last
templates.
one I did, there was 4 different designs. You pick one out of 4 designs. They were for like face masks. So one of them is a pair of lips.
Oh my god, that is amazing.
See if I can add that.
That is amazing. All right, so I'm done with that for now. Perfect. Okay. Now, this is still not cool to the touch. Go. And cool to the touch. See, it really doesn't take too long. And there it is. All right, so our scrunchie is all blinged out. It goes this way, right? Yes. And we're going to put that back on there so I can reuse it. Now, we're going to do the actual sewing. So the first thing I want to do is I want to fold over my edges 1/4 inch. Now, I'm not going to be showing you a lot of close-ups, but if you do want to see the close-ups, if you want to see the close-ups, I do have a video step-by-step of how to make a scrunchie and bling it out. So make sure you take a look at that. So let's go ahead and iron that. And then iron this one. Now I'm only folding it over about 1/4 inch. And then I'm not going to switch cameras just because it's going to be fast. All I'm doing is sewing the edges. And this scrunchie, I'm actually going to use for myself. So I am using black thread. I do in the video show you white thread so it's easy to see what I'm doing. So all I did was I sewed this down that I ironed down. Okay. So now what we want to do is fold this in half. In fact, I'm going to iron it just a little bit so I can see where it is. And then I'm going to take my elastic. All of the dimensions, again, are in the video. So I've got my elastic right there, and I'm going to put it right about here. There we go. And where is my pins? And just like that. So now I'm going to redo it. I'm going to sew this line again, but I'm sewing in. I'm going to go back and forth to sew that piece in there. And then again, I'm not going to, I show you in the video, but I'm going to go back and forth just to secure that in place. Perfect.
Hey, Tony, a lot of people like to put this on paper or cardstock or greeting cards.
Oh, yes. Yep,
There's
that
a
is a
picture of one
great
there.
idea. Fantastic. All right, so now we get to go inside out. So I'm going to sew these lines together. I'm ignoring this. I'm ignoring my elastic. I'm ignoring the bling because remember we put our bling offset enough to where it's not going to be in the way of our seam. So I'm folding this wrong side to wrong side. I'm going to sew this really quick 1/4 inch seam and come back. Now I am done with my iron for now until we get to Pixel Bling. Turn to tube it, turning your tubes. This is my preferred method of turning my tube. It is the easy tube turner. I get it from Famore. You can also get it online. So what I do is I like to take this and I put it elastic side in first. Okay, so what you do is you put it all the way through there, and then I'm going to close this, and I'm going to hold this tightly, and then I'm going to flip, and just like that. You may have to wiggle around a little bit, give it a little bit of a wiggle. Every now and then, I can't seem to get the tube started. Once you get it started, there it goes. Once you get it started, it's super easy to flip the whole thing. And then pull it off of there. You see I have it just like that. So then I'm going to take my tweezers and I'm going to pull this all out and open this up right here. Now, in the video, I have you pull the whole thing and then turn the whole thing around and then sew it to the other side. I have found an easier, better way than the scrunchie video. I'm just going to do it right now. I'm going to take this, slide this in right now, and I'm going to sew this right now in here. Okay? So, let me actually, yep, perfect. So I'm going to take this whole thing, flip this, and put that in there just like that. So if you're making scrunchies, that is the easiest way. So I'm going to sew this right now and come right back. So see what I've done here? So now what I'm going to do, so I've now sewn that extra bit of elastic to this side. I'm going to take this and I'm going to pull the rest of this tube out. Uh-oh. Nope, that doesn't work. Ah! Nope, that doesn't work. Never mind. That doesn't work. It's supposed to be inside of it. Well, let's do this over. I thought that I got a hot tip. Nope, it doesn't work. Okay.
Oh, are you messing up my demo here?
I did. I messed up your demo. Where is my... All right, now I gotta find my seam ripper, which you can never find when you need it, right? I was just using it yesterday, though, because I always... Oh, there it is. Because I always screw all the things up. Okay. Let's get in here and do this. All right, so ignore what I said. Follow all the instructions in the video. And let's get in there. Wow, I really sewed this well. It is really in here. There we go. Perfect. All right, so now I've got to get this inside there. So because I messed this up when I flipped it, the other way that you can do it is you can take a pin, and this is the method a lot of people use for getting elastic into tubes. I'm just going to put my elastic onto that pin, and then I'm going to feed it through. So you see how I've just got this pin in here. Let's pull that open. Now, this is whenever if you mess up and you can't do it the way you're supposed to. Yes, I totally failed. It's okay. Again, remember, it's okay to mess up. Everyone messes up. Oh, now I know why that didn't work. Because it has to go in the same end. Yeah, that's right. That's right. There we go. And there is my elastic. Okay, I'm going to keep that on there for right now because I have to make sure that this side stays open. Because I'm going to take my elastic. Uh-oh, and I lost it. Where is it? It's all the way down here. Come on, Toni. Come on. Let's feed it back through again. Except this time, I'm gonna watch that opening and make sure that I don't mess that one up. There we go. Are you guys excited for Pixel Bling? I know I am. Okay, so there we go. Perfect. All right. Now, this, I've got to open up the rest of the way. Perfect. So it can sneak in there. Okay, so now I want to take this elastic here, and I'm going to flip it back over here, and this, see what I'm doing? I'm creating a circle. So I've got my elastic, and I'm putting it right back in here. So let me get a pin and hold this in place. There we go. So I've got that held in place. All right, so I'm going to sew that. And then, oh, you know what? Let me change to my J-foot. You can't see what I am doing, but I had a my 1/4" piecing foot with guide on there. I'm switching it right now to my J-foot so I can see what's happening with the scrunchie. Again, I'm going super fast and you can't see a lot of the close-ups. If you want to see the super close-up shots of what it looks like and what to do, take a look at the video of how to make a scrunchie. Then you can pause it and start it as much as you want. So there is my scrunchie. So now I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it inside the other one, just like that. And then I'm going to sew this closed. I have to make sure I'm not on top of any of the bling. So let's sew this closed. There it is. There's my scrunchie. And so this is what
nice.
The wave looks
Good.
like. So this is then what it looks like. So just a little hint of bling. People will be like, wait, is that, do you have bling in your scrunchie? The answer would be yes. So this is what I made on the sample. So if you take a look at the Pixel Bling video, this is what I showed you how to do. So I did the heart itself with white, and then I did the background with purple to match.
Yeah, I think that came out awesome, Toni.
I did the purple to match the purple, and this is satin. So I use satin for this. But this is the Pixel Bling system, and I love the way it looks with this. So it puts everything in there. Now, let's take a look at Totoro. So this is my Totoro quilt. I am going to bling his leaf with green. Oh, excuse me. So I'm going to bling out his leaf and give him a little bit, and then I'm going to do the reveal at the end to show you what it is. Now remember, if any questions, if you're just joining us, especially if you have any questions on what we're doing, on how we're doing it, let me know. And that is fine. So the first thing I want to do is I have all of my Pixel Bling squares over here. So like Dave said, there's two sizes that come with the kit. You have the smaller size and you have the larger size. Now, Dave, can they buy just sheets of the larger size if they want a whole bunch of them?
Well, but yeah, there's
Okay.
there basically you have the kit that comes with both of them and rhinestones and stuff, which
Okay.
is a better deal because bunch of bundling stuff together.
Right.
But yeah,
if they wanna
then
buy
you can
extras of
also
these.
buy. I'll put those up there too.
Okay. Yeah, just
I'll
extras.
put those up on your website. You can buy the 8.5 by 11 sheet, which is the 1.5 inch squares.
Okay.
And then there's 5.5 by 8.5, which are the 1 inch squares. And they come with like the full filled in, some blank ones,
Yep.
half triangle ones. So I'll put those up on the website while you're doing this.
Fantastic. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the shape of my leaf. And I want to put these onto the tray, the exact layout of the leaf. So I'm going to take this, and you're not going to be able to see it much, but I'm going to have it set to the side so that I can use it. So I've got that, there. All right, let me use some blanks. Let me get some blanks. Now, of course, with them, you have the blanks, and that's to make sure that it lays nicely. I need another blank. There we go. All right. And then there. Oops, that's 2 of them. We've got that. There. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And then there. 1, 2. Here. Now, you notice there are half ones that come with it. So there's triangles that come with it. In the Pixel Bling video on YouTube, I show you step by step how to use those halves and what to do with them. Okay, so I've got those. All right, there. And then 1 more row here. Perfect. Okay, and then I'll fill it in. So fill and fill. Now I am going to do 1 entire sheet on this just to make it easier. So I'll cut a new transfer tape out of it. Okay, so I've got this. Oh, you know what? This is all together with the 4. I'm just going to stick that right in there. Perfect. And
are you laying that out in the shape of a leaf, Toni?
I am. So what I'm doing...
How accurate are your squares?
Perfect.
Because are they like perfect 1.5 inches?
Perfect. Because remember, that's why we designed it this way. So you see this leaf right here? See how that lays perfectly on there? It is the perfect size. So it is, so you can bling out any of my patterns anytime at all. So any of the patterns that you want to bling out those quilts, you can. So you can do it like I did with the heart. So with the heart, I just did the heart. There's no sewing in here at all. I just laid it out like that. But this, I've sewn this first and I'm doing the leaf after. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 right there. And I think that is everything. Now, I could put the filled in ones around the edges, but I don't need it. So I need it here and here to keep this shape. But everything else looks good. I think I'm just you know me, I'm double checking all of my work and there. Nope, that's it. All right, so let's move that aside and let's bling. This is a brand new package. I actually pulled this out of my bling inventory I have that I take to shows just to do this because I was so excited. And then we're going to take this and pour the bling all over the design. All right, all my bling is out. Now, the Pixel Bling is going to take you a little bit more time, obviously, if you have bigger designs. It's just the nature of things. The bigger something is, the more time it's going to take. Oops, and look what I did. I was so aggressive, I moved my magnet. There we go. So I'm going to put my magnet back into place. I can't be that aggressive. I bet the pad is better. There we are. Let's get some of that in there. Great. Oh, look at that green. Isn't that cool? Now, and of course, if you purchase any Pixel quilts from me, you can do the same thing. You can bling them out yourself. So if you purchase a Bob from me, my happy painter, you can get the bling and bling him out just like I have it hanging behind me. Okay, so I think it is good enough to where I'm going to go through and just figure out little things. So I want to make sure that this is all away from everything. Because I have discovered if I just sit and play with it, sometimes I mess it up more. So I'm going to push these off into the corners. There we go. Okay, they get my tweezers.
Nice.
And
That's probably about 1,000 rhinestones there.
yeah, it is.
I couldn't imagine doing that by hand.
Oh my god. This would probably take me hours if I did it by hand. Like, that would be unbelievable, doing this by hand.
Yeah, we definitely need to get you a sponge.
Yeah. All right,
Yep.
so the next time we do an order, don't let me forget, I want a sponge.
I don't know why I haven't sent you one.
Okay.
The brush works good, but what the difference, the brush will knock them out once in a while.
See, and that's what I get.
Where the sponge doesn't knock them out once they're in.
And see, that's what I couldn't figure out. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Why are they getting knocked out again? It's because it was the brush.
Yeah, couldn't be you.
No, it's never me, ever. I never mess up for anything. Can you tell Dave and I have been chatting a lot lately and he knows me? Okay, we've got that. Perfect. And let's get this one. Now, this is going to take me a bit of extra time. So on the YouTube, I'm probably just going to speed this baby up for all this time. But still, let's see.
Yeah, I can show you another technique on how to use the brush.
Sure.
So basically, you do want to use a lot of rhinestones, but pile them on there. Always keep the rhinestones underneath. So you want to be really aggressive with this. So I do that for one pass over. So with the brush, I do like 2 passes to it. So the first pass is pretty rough and aggressive. Now, once you got most in, Toni,
Yeah.
you take a big pile like this, and now you gently sweep that, kind of push that pile very gently. So I'm just using the weight of the brush now. And you just kind of gently fill in the last. But you want a pile together. Always want a pile and keep it underneath the brush, but just be gentle and push that whole thing across.
Awesome.
So now we got all those squares filled in. And then we're going to take a piece of hot fix tape here. And lay that on top of our rhinestones. Again, we'll always peel back low, low. And now you have a bunch of little squares you can work with. So now you can take these little squares and you can cut them apart.
See, and this would be great too, because in the Pixel Bling video, I show how to do different colors with the half square triangles. And so this is another way of doing a better half square triangle. So you don't have to worry about, you just cut the triangles like they are. And you don't have to worry about the templates.
You can cut them to, you can cut them to 2 pieces. You can cut them in the shape that way if you want to. So, if we got 3 in a row here or 1, and then you can place them anywhere you want. You know, so you could randomly place them however you want, fill in only the squares you want if you got a quilt done. So this way you can kind of place them where you want them, right?
Yep. And you can do them one at a time. Isn't that how you, okay, I'm going to give you guys a little secret. I'm going to give you a secret here. Dave actually blinged Bob. I didn't. So isn't that how you did them and then you just laid them out on him?
Yeah, so what I would do is I would cut them apart like this, right? And I would cut them in sections. So I would have like maybe 6 or 7 at a time. And if I was doing the one you're doing, I'd actually probably do that in 2 different pieces.
Okay. Not like me, because I'm crazy.
It just usually work with smaller layouts.
Oh, yes. Yeah, and I'm about halfway
yes,
done.
I would have done the leaf in probably 2 different layouts the way you did it. But you can lay them out like this. Okay, so we're going to make a T. You can make letters with this. Going to heat this down. So now we can peel that off.
Isn't the system cool? For those of you that are just popping in.
So now that you got, well, you lay them down, but I'm going to show you a thing too. You know how, and you noticed on Toni's heart, she's got squares, which looks great.
Yeah.
You wanted to do it without the gap, you could do this kind of thing.
Yeah, if you cut them apart, you don't need. So the gap is great for the quilting, because you really don't want.
Right, and I think it looks good without it too.
Right, because you don't want to have the bling over the seams. Because if you have them on the seams, it's not going to get a great hold with the glue. But if you don't, you're not putting it on a quilt. Yeah, totally. You know, cut them apart and put them together.
Move them closer together.
Yep.
So it all depends on how you like it. I do like I like the heart the way it was.
Yeah, all I did was I used your design that you had on the thing, but I added an extra row to it to make it fuller. There we go.
There you go. So now you can see you can get them real close together and keep the spacing the same and not have the gaps in between the squares.
That's really cool.
So whatever you prefer, getting rid of the gaps is going to take you a little bit longer.
Now, it seems, for those of you that haven't blinged yet, it may seem like it's taking me a while to do these, fix all these pieces on here and do all this.
Well, she should be using the brush to sweep them in.
Well, I like this way, but if I was...
Some people like that kind of thing.
Right?
I get some people come by the booth and they'll say, oh, I like putting them on one at a time. It's just relaxing.
No. I am not putting them on one at a time. If I were to actually place them together one at a time, it would take me about 2 hours. This, even though it seems long because we're streaming live, is probably only going to take me 20 minutes tops.
Yeah, but you got like over 1,000 rhinestones there.
Exactly. Imagine placing 1,000 rhinestones one at a time. That is ridiculous. That would take forever. Okay, and
well, here's another thing we can do with them. We can make letters out of these.
Yes.
So watch. Yes.
Pixel letters. I see, and whenever we sat down and we talked about this and we decided to do this together for the Pixel Bling, I got so excited for it because you guys know how I am with pixelating things. There we go.
So you just line them up and you create, what we're going to do here is I'm going to make a P. Oh, I need to put a blank one in the middle.
Oh, we have a question from chat. How many times have you burned your finger, Dave?
Oh. Why would I burn my finger?
With the iron.
Oh, I don't think once.
Oh, I burn my fingers all the
You're
time.
disappointed?
I haven't burned my fingers with the Pixel Bling, with the Rhinestone Genie stuff at all. I haven't burned my fingers at all, but I burn my fingers all the time when I'm actually sewing.
Oh, I could imagine that. It seems like sometimes you got to hold the fabric in place or whatever, try to iron it or whatever.
Yep. And that's why recently I got, Clover sent me this really, really awesome thing called an iron finger. Look at this. Look at the iron finger. It is so cool. It's an iron finger.
Oh, really?
It holds your fabric and you can iron over it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a mini iron with the heat on the tip or something.
Nope. It's a finger that you can iron over. Hey, I'm almost done.
So we could do like a PI, put the eye, you know, up here, the dot on the eye. But these fill pieces are kind of important to have because if I didn't have that in there and I just left it empty, all your rhinestones are going to get stuck in the middle there. And, so that's why you have the...
And it's easy to shift whenever you're putting down your transfer tape.
What's that?
It's also easy to shift all the pieces when you're doing your transfer tape if you don't have the pieces, the solid pieces in the middle.
So you don't get them stuck in there, you just put in your solid piece.
A year ago, I blinged out a pair of shoes. I did not use the iron. I used glue. And it took me 2 solid weeks of doing that. I think if I'm going to do that again, I'm going to iron it.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I mean, it was way too long. And, oh, it looks so good. I can't wait to bring it back over to my camera and show you.
So you could virtually spell out on custom designs. Toni's got a book.
Yep.
That teaches how you do your own pixel designs, right, Toni?
I do. How to design and create your own pixelated images, and if you want to turn them into quilt patterns, but you can turn them into pixel designs.
There you go. If you're like me, you don't know how to sew, we just bling them.
Oh, I think I've got 3 more. Okay, let me look. Okay.
Well, you have me coming out mirror image there, Toni. So my PI is backwards.
Oh no, and that's only because of Zoom. If you take a look at
yeah, I know. Oh, is it on? Oh, yep. There it is. Okay.
Yep, it's Zoom that does it. It's a weird thing with the program. But if you look at the actual stream, it does show it correctly. All right, so Matt, look at that. There's my leaf.
Oh, nice.
So there's
Don't move it around like that.
I know, I'm being careful. So there's my leaf with all the designs, and I'm gonna go slow. Oh, look, because I did that, look, there's an extra one right here. Let me pull that baby out. See? It was a good thing I did that. Okay, let's look very carefully before I put the transfer tape in. Does it look all good? Look good?
It looks good to me.
Fantastic.
Go for it.
All right, let's do this. That is a satisfying sound. That slow rip. All right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm crooked. I'm crooked and I missed a few.
No, go ahead. The tape can be crooked. It doesn't matter.
No, I missed a few on the bottom.
Oh, I'll tell you. I'll have to, you can put another piece of tape over that.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'll come back and I'll pick those up later. Oh, one flipped over as I was doing it right here.
Oh, just put another piece of tape on it now.
Oh, okay. Well, here, let me grab one of the smaller ones that I did. That's a good idea. I didn't even think about that. That's a great idea. Thanks, Dave. All right, so I've got that. There we go. All right, so that's my entire leaf for Totoro. So let me use my brush. Make sure that all of my things are picked up. Okay, and then, now what I do when I go low, as you see, because of the Pixel Bling, sometimes it'll try to pick up the pieces. I just touch them back down again with my fingers. Oops. I did not pick up these guys. Let's pick those up again. There it goes. Oops. I picked up a one of the metal pieces. All right, you know what? Let's take this completely off of the tray so that I don't pick up extra bling while I'm working on this. All right, so now let's get this piece of metal off of here. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to take this and lay it on here and flip this over to make sure. There we are. There it is. Look at that.
Nice.
I'm very happy. So now, let me make sure I've got all the errant little gem. I'm going to have rhinestones from days everywhere, I swear. All right, so I'm going to take this now. I'm going to set this aside because I have to get my ironing board out. Let's make sure that all the bling is pushed aside so it's not in the way. Let's heat my iron up and let's get the quilt. All right. Now, with a quilt, there are 3 layers, including batting, so you do not need to put the Teflon sheet on the back side. The glue's not going to go through all the 3 layers. You don't have to worry about it if you're blinging out your quilts. So, we've got this. Now, before I put the bling on, I'm going to iron my actual quilt. We have to make sure it's nice and flat and ready to go. Okay, and then we're going to take my leaf. Peel it away and lay it down. And now comes the moment of truth. Did Toni do this right? And how even are Toni's seams?
How perfect are your squares sewn
Right.
down? What
was that, Dave?
see, we got the row of 4. See, we got the row of 4.
Yeah.
And above, you can cut that there. I'd put it on a white paper and cut it there, and then maybe do the first half. Or I mean, if it's you're
Right.
close. You're really close.
Yeah. Oh,
But
yeah.
you could cut it in pieces and apply it now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Make it line up a little bit nicer.
Yeah, so see right up here, it's right along the edges. So let's do that. Let's put it back onto here. And then first I'm going to cut around. So it's easier to work with. And then I think these are pretty good. I know this. And yes, I am making sure that I am using my paper scissors, not my fabric scissors. Okay. There we go.
Yeah, so this is all going to depend on how accurate your sew lines are.
There we are.
You
That's
know,
perfect.
if it's been washed, if it shrunk a little bit, you know, a lot of little factors can change the shape or the size of the squares a little bit.
Oops, I somehow flipped one. Now, if you flip them, it's perfectly okay as long as you figure it out before you iron it. And even after you iron, sometimes you can fix it and it's fine. There we go. Let's move that one there. And then, come on. I went the wrong way. There we go. There we go. Perfect. There we go. That is perfect.
Nice. That's going to look cool.
All right, let's get our Teflon sheets. Now, my Teflon sheets obviously are not big enough to cover the whole thing, but neither is my iron. So I'm going to go in sections. So I'm going to go in sections for ironing this. Remember, iron it for at least 30 to 45 seconds as you're doing it. Okay. All right, let's check all this. So far, so good. So far, so good. Haha, it's done.
Cool.
There it is. All right, I'm going to stick
Move
this
it a
on
little bit so the light hits it. Move it slightly so the
Oh,
light
yeah.
hits it.
Oh, no, and I'm going to hold
there
it
you go.
up.
There you go. Cool.
And I'm going to hold it up so they can see the entire quilt with the blinged out leaf as well. Look at that. I love how that green is almost the same exact shade as the fabric, too. And if you can see the actual pixels as well. All right, you guys ready for the big reveal? Here it is. Pixel Bling! Look at that shine. That is so cool.
I like that. It looks good.
There we go. And now I have a very special blinged Totoro.
So I can show them your webpage again and show them a little bit on the website.
Yeah,
how
if
to
you
get around and stuff
yeah,
like
if you
that.
want, and then we'll call it a stream. Oh, how does it hold up to washing? That's an excellent question. So while Dave is getting the website loaded up on there, and I'll change the layout. So actually, let me do that, and he's gonna bring that up. They definitely hold up to washing. So Angel, I actually do a lot of I bling out a lot of my clothing. So if you ever see me at a convention in person, I'll always have a really cool. I'll have T-shirts that are all blinged out. And you can wash it over and over and over, and they are great. They hold up to washing wonderfully. There you go. So there's Dave's website.
Oh, here we are. Okay.
Oops.
All right. So this is the home page. On the left-hand side, you get your starter kits. That takes you some different kits. Rhinestones and rhinestones are metal. They're made out of metal. They're the same shape and size as rhinestones. They just have a different look to them. I don't sell a whole lot of those. Most of the stuff I sell is rhinestones.
Now,
Here's where you find your hot fix tape.
Will the studs go in the templates?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they work the same way. They're just a little bit lighter. They're a tiny bit harder to work with, but they pretty much do the same thing. Then we have accessories. That's like your brushes, your trays, hot fix tape, face mask. I think the face masks are there. Yep, there they are right down here. So that's where you'll find the face mask. Stitch and Bling is new. Tony's actually done a video on that. So if you go to Stitch and Bling, you can see Tony's on how to do that. And then you can make things like this here.
Yeah.
So that is really cool. I got to put more. I got a bunch of more designs I got to add. We just got a few up there now, so it's relatively new. But I do have probably at least a dozen more to add to it. So that'll be added real soon. And then over here are just your template categories. So if you just pick any one at random, like here's your fonts. So you got all these different letter styles. Like this double down's really popular. So if you click on that, it'll show you the font. Then if you click on it again, you can zoom in and you see all the letters and you'll see all the different templates that go with it. And then it also shows you the size. So each design is set up that way, so you get exactly the information you need. And all the categories are here in the middle. Here's a short demo video. If you go to our videos page, you'll see all our videos as quick demos, a full demo, testimonials, some tips. And then these I added, Toni did me, I think, 4 or 5 new ones we added here too.
Yeah, and
but
then
to get to Tony's page, where all the recommended special kits are, you see it on the Toni logo in the lower left-hand corner. That takes you to her page. If you click on this button, you're going to get 25% off for a week. After the week, it goes down to 10%. But just use that. It'll activate the code, or just type in the code at checkout, Quote Toni. And that works in conjunction with other specials we have running too. So you can use 2 specials together. Here's Toni's videos. But at the bottom of her page are some items.
Look at all the things he added during the stream.
I added a bunch of stuff. The spider, the pumpkin, the coronavirus.
Look at the corona. I'm so excited. I have to get the coronavirus and mix stuff with it. I can't wait.
This one is a real popular kit. This rhinestone embellishment. Oh, this is our main kit.
Yeah.
It's only $29.95. It's probably about a $45 deal. But that comes with all the letters, all these shapes, the rhinestones, the sweeping pad, and the tape. The only other thing you'll need is a tray. But like I said, that's just a cookie sheet.
Yep.
I thought I had this Love to Sew and Quilt. This one's kind of cool, because I took all our most popular sewing and quilt designs and put them in one set. So this is a great value. And so I took the LOVE here and the heart and the needle, and I made this Love to Sew, and I put in the letters in there. But you could say Love to Quilt and put the quilted heart in there. You could use all these different designs and create, so you got a lot of different possibilities with just the designs here. Plus we include 3 different colors of rhinestones, the sweeping pad, the hotfix tape, and we even throw a tray in with this one. So that one's a great deal. It's great. It's real popular with sewers and quilters. Then we got our scrunchie one here, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, no, you did a great job. So whenever I asked Dave to design these, I actually went to him and said, hey, I'm going to do a scrunchie video on how to make these. Can you make me templates for that? And so all I asked for was the center wavy one. He came up with the other 2 designs, and they're amazing. Yeah. I love the set.
We put them in a set of 3, and I'll come up with more designs. I'll add them to this page.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So they're relatively easy designs to design up and make. But you get the 3 different choices of the design. You get the hotfix tape, the sweeping pad, and 10 gross of rhinestones. And then there's a scrunchie page too, over on the left-hand side.
And I saw the Pixel Bling page. That's awesome.
Where's the scrunchie? Oh, right here on Toni's page is a scrunchie video.
Yeah. Well, no, and up on the left too, there's the scrunchies page I saw.
Yep, and then there's the face mask special. So everything here is priced at regular price. You'll see some things are on sale already. So you get an extra 25% off the coronavirus. So
wait, 25%
off right now because it's a new design.
That's awesome.
And then you get another 25% off of that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Same with all our rhinestones are on sale. So if you go to rhinestones, rhinestuds, select rhinestones, they're all 25 to 40% off.
Wow.
So again, you want 3mm rhinestones for the templates. So those are the ones that fit the templates. So if you have 3mm rhinestones, I think clear we have for 40% off. So this is huge.
Wait,
So
and they get 25% off that sale price.
That 40, yeah. So you'll get another 25% off of that.
That's awesome. And guys, this is only for a week. After that, it's going to be 10% off. Now, how long are these rhinestones on sale?
All the rhinestones, the clear are on sale for 40% off. The colored ones are on sale for 25% off.
Right. How many days though? When does that sale end?
These ones end on Monday.
Okay, so if you guys,
this is like a regular weekly special.
Okay. So if you need rhinestones, get to it.
Yeah. So these are a great deal. I mean, you're getting rhinestones for like less than half price on
That's
the clear
awesome.
ones.
So better than the wholesale price that he sends to stores.
So yeah, that's about it. I think the
That's so
website's
cool.
pretty easy to navigate. But if you ever need to contact me, just hit contact us, and there's a phone number, or you can email me.
And something that I know that I mentioned briefly earlier, I want to make sure you guys are aware of, he can do custom templates. So if you have a business, if you have a brand, if you have a rescue, and you want a custom template, he can do those for you. And he does a great job with that too.
So that's about all I have, unless there's any last minute questions.
Fantastic. Okay, so I'll go back to our double then. If you want to end out of there. Awesome. So any last minute questions at all before we call it a stream? No? You guys are amazing. This was so much fun today. Like, you guys had some great questions. I know we had fun showing off a lot of the things. Dave, thank you very
welcome.
much for joining us. This is awesome. Thank you so much, guys. So again, take a look at his site. Again, he has a big sale going on right now. The 25% off will stack on it. So go buy the things. It's the best price you're going to get probably in a while. Because after a week, my discount, my Toni discount, is going to go back down from 25% to 10%. So take advantage of that, please. I love you guys. Thanks so much for joining us. And again, if you want to rewatch it, YouTube on Monday. But go right now to the Rhinestone Genie site. It's a lot of fun.
Cool.
Thanks
Thank you,
again,
Toni.
Dave. All right, goodbye, guys.
Bye-bye.
I will see you Monday.